Hi everyone, it's Erin McGuire here, owner of Pure Light Wellness. Today's video is a question I got from somebody who she has a hard time receiving things from people. So there's an imbalance between the amount of things she's giving and she's not allowing herself to receive. Now, where this comes from, in my opinion, is, if we grew up with some sort of issue with our parents, maybe they were an addict of some sort or emotionally unavailable or whatever issues they may have had, we are programmed to believe that we don't deserve and that we have to work hard in order to receive things. But it comes down to deservability. Also, if you grow up with an addict, there is some codependency that happens in there. And codependency can lead to many different things, like feeling not good enough, having that feeling of unworthiness, or again, the not deserving of certain things. And so we want to be able to open ourselves up to receive, because that's our divine nature. Our divine nature is to give and receive. And a lot of women I work with are more on the giving end and less on the receiving, to the point that it's even hard, and maybe this is true of you, it's hard to receive even a compliment from somebody. So we often kind of push that away, like, if somebody said, "Oh, I love your shirt today. Oh, this old thing, I got this at Target." Or we blow it off and we don't let ourselves receive the compliment. And this comes in many different ways. And so, in terms of money, in terms of love, in terms of, just day-to-day things that we could receive, abundance in all of its forms, we push it away, and then that keeps it further away. And then we wonder, well, why am I broke? Why am I stuck in this situation? Why am I stuck in this relationship? Why am I stuck in this job? And we're not opening ourselves up to the abundance that's all around us all the time. So it's changing your brain to focus on what's good in your life, and then telling yourself, I'm open to receive all the abundance that life has. So a question I would ask you to go ahead and journal on, if you're somebody who struggles with receiving things, is, number one, which parent, what did your parents tell you around receiving, around getting things? Did they tell you have to work for it, that you have to earn it? Did they tell you you're ungrateful if you got something, and then they're like, well, you're ungrateful for that thing? These early programming, these early messages taught us how to receive. If our parents were abusive in any way, we certainly didn't learn how to receive. That's, in our mind, is how you receive love. It's through, being critical or physically abusive or that sort of thing, being verbally abusive. And so we weren't taught how to receive that love. And maybe your situation isn't that severe, but simply being told you have to work for it, or you have to earn that toy back, and your behavior has to reflect how you receive, is an illusion that we bought into. So the natural world around us is abundant. There's an abundance of love. There's an abundance of energy. There's an abundance of food. There is an abundance of money. And it's our unwillingness to accept that gets in the way and blocks that flow from coming to us. So your homework, if you are struggling with this, is to practice receiving things from people. For instance, if somebody gives you a compliment, and, in order to get things, we have to give them, right? So start giving compliments to people. And then when somebody gives a compliment to you, the moment you start to say, oh, this old thing, or I never liked that anyway, or whatever your excuse is, stop yourself and just take a deep breath, open your mouth and exhale, and let the compliment in, and then just say, thank you. So in my workshops, often I'll do this exercise with women where we'll put two women together and they have to give a compliment to each other. And the person who's receiving the compliment is just supposed to sit there and let it in. And this can be very hard for people because we want to, as women, interrupt the compliment. We want to interrupt the person. And so just let yourself receive the compliment. Then practice receiving small things. Maybe somebody gave you an apple, or maybe somebody offered you some tea or water, and normally you're just like, no, I don't want that. Take in whatever somebody offers you, let yourself have it, and just say thank you mentally to yourself. Say thank you for this. Maybe it's an apple. Maybe it's somebody holds the door open for you, and normally you'd be like, no, I've got it. Don't worry. Let yourself receive these simple things. And then the more gratitude you have for all the simplicity that's happening, all the abundance that's happening in your life. Maybe you go and sit outside in the sun and you're just like, receive the sunshine into your body. Or maybe you sit down to a really nice meal, receive the food, and just be grateful for it. The more gratitude you have, the more abundance starts to come to you. Practice receiving all throughout your day, even in simple little things. And then really practice letting yourself play and have more fun with life. You know, playing with just, again, simple things. You know, skipping down the sidewalk one day as an adult. I mean, why not? Do something silly and fun, because part of the reason we're not receiving is we're not allowing joy also into our life. And so you want to just let that inner child come out and play. And then lastly, practicing self-love. I have a lot of different videos on self-love, so go back and watch one of those to learn how to do some practices to really love yourself. I hope this video helps you in receiving. Remember, this is an abundant universe, and only I can block the flow and the level of abundance that comes to me by my thoughts, by my words, by my actions. So the more you can stay in gratitude, the more you can stay in that flow, the more abundance in all forms will come to you. Leave a comment below if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel to always get the latest tools, techniques, and inspiration to keep you on your path. Thank you so much for watching.